Hello and welcome to another exciting night of Panther basketball live on OCA Media, your home for Panther sports. I'm Luke Marx, alongside me is Cole Krueger, and we're here to bring you more exciting action in tonight's game here on OCA Media Sports. Tonight it's going to be another battle between the Lady Panthers and Fort Atkinson. Panthers, last time they played Fort, just flat out destroyed them. 86-30 was the final. That was back in early December. So both teams played a lot of different opponents. Panthers, of course, still 15-0 now, and Fort Atkinson is, I believe, 5-12, 0-8 in conference. So it's kind of been more of the same for these two as we saw in that game for the rest of the season. Cole, of course, Panthers coming off of a large W over Elkhorn, about 11 points. Large in terms more, I would say, of, persevering through a lot of weirdness, a lot of stuff that went awry in that game and battling through it and still, coming out with a W against a good Elkhorn team.
Yeah, no, I agree, Luke. And a big part of their win streak, obviously, has been they're 16-0, but they get Sam Schmidt back tonight. Sam Schmidt has missed the last 4 or 5 games due to a head injury, concussion. Finally back in the starting lineup tonight, I believe. Or at least she's back. We'll see what Coach Walmsley breaks out for the starting 5. And they're coming off another big win against another conference opponent in Milton last Thursday night, which they won in Milton by 19.
Yeah, getting a key piece back. One of 4 seniors on this Panther team, of course. Maybe we'll see Brooke Bastian return to the bench, or we'll see what Coach Walmsley has drawn up for the starting 5. Of course, as you said, having Sam back is just big for this team. Has not played yet in the new year in 2024, but we'll see if she can continue what she did in the last couple of years for this team, coming off of one of her first long amount of times missed, I would say, in her career as a Panther. Has not really struggled with injuries, but unlucky one, sustained the first practice after the winter tournament had her out for a good couple weeks. So it's about that time. But before we really get too far into this one, we'd like to thank our sponsors who help make this OCA Media Sports exclusive broadcast possible. The Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play. The Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support our student athletes. Consider becoming a booster today. Oregon Area Cares Community Coalition, parenting teens is hard, we're here to help. OregonAreaCares.org. And by Culvers of Oregon, Stoughton Health, and your local pizza pit. We'd again like to welcome Wisco Industries to our family of sponsors, a proud supporter of Panther sports, celebrating our 75th anniversary in 2024. Again, Tourist Insurance is our scoreboard sponsor, specializing in personal, business, and life insurance, locally owned since 1978. We see now the Blackhawks of Fort Atkinson emerging from their tunnel as the Panthers do their pregame shooting routine. Only a couple of minutes separate us between now and some game time basketball, 3.5 minutes to be exact. It's the Panthers and the Blackhawks here in a packed barn. Panther student section is large and in charge tonight. See what kind of trouble they can bring to this one, stir up Fort Atkinson a little bit, and we'll see if the Panthers can ride on to 17-0 against what should be a relatively tune-up Fort Atkinson game. Well, we're going to take a quick break here, me and Cole, before we get towards tip, and we'll have the band serenade you here for a couple minutes.
and your Oregon Panthers. At this time, to honor America, would you rise if able, remove your hats, and join in the singing of our national anthem. Fort Atkinson High School, Oregon High School, and the WIA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at education-based interscholastic events. Accordingly, we request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. On behalf of Oregon Athletic Director Brittany Spencer Grant, good luck to all coaches and competitors. We hope everyone will enjoy tonight's event in the spirit of positive sportsmanship. A big thank you and round of applause for tonight's officials. We have Mark Ashley, Ben Rank, and Greg Steffen. Thank you, gentlemen, for your continued efforts in supporting and facilitating high school athletics. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Blackhawks from Fort Atkinson, a 5'6" sophomore, number 3, Audrey Wargalet. A 5'8" junior, number 11, Claire Kuchen. A 5'5" freshman, number 12, Layla Cole. A 5'6" sophomore, number 22, Hannah Baldry. And finally, a 5'10" sophomore, number 30, Laura Nowotny. Fort Atkinson is coached by Paul Gonzer, assisted by Ben Kaiser. And now, the starting lineup for your Oregon Panthers. At forward, a 5'8" senior, number 10, Caitlin Studebaker. A 5'7" junior, number 14, Clara Tracy. A 6'1" senior, number 15, Delaney Nineheis. A 5'10" junior, number 2, 22, Olivia Nice. And a 5'5" senior, number 34, Sam Schmidt. Oregon is coached by Adam Wamsley, assisted by Mackenzie Rognes, Dom Winters, and Bill Prochnow.
Here we are again, and it's January 23rd, 2024, and it's time for another Lady Panther basketball game against the Fort Atkinson Blackhawks. I'm Luke Marx, alongside me is Cole Krieger, and we are ready for action. Here it's Nineheis, and the Panthers control the tip with Studebaker. Immediately she goes to work inside, is stripped out of bounds there by Claire Kuchen, but it will stay with the Panthers off of the inbounds here.
Kaylin Studebaker's been on a tear recently, now 3rd on the team in scoring, averaging 10 a night.
Dump it off to Nice, and an easy 2 to start things off. Number 22 for the Panthers.
Fort Atkinson just caught sleeping there. Cannot give this Panther team those easy buckets.
And that's going to be 5 seconds on Fort Atkinson as the Panther press. That patented Wamsley maneuver works there against the Blackhawks. Has them flustered early. They go right to Studebaker. 3-pointer short, offensive board, the putback. That's Shaquille Nineheist, number 15, Lady Nineheist for this Panther team. Another rebound putback for 2. Feast on the glass. There is a strip by Studebaker, but she cannot hang on to it. And it's going to spill out of bounds. Fort Atkinson will get another opportunity here now in the front court for the first time. They dump it off inside. It's Hannah Baldry. She throws it to about nobody. Right in the hands of Sam Schmidt. Back the other way she goes. Slows herself. Dumps it off. Tracy can't handle it in the corner. There's Mr. Brian Bothwell collecting it in the stands there, and it'll be Fort Atkinson basketball. And that's going to be a kick against Nice. One thing I noticed about this Panthers team, they love kicking those feet up when they're guarding inbounds. Bastion does it, Nice does it, Schmidt does it. See it again there. Again, it puts Fort in a bit of trouble here as it's going to be Studebaker to slide with Baldry there. Schmidt can't get a hand on it, but it will spill out of bounds off of Layla Cole. Cole, just a freshman 5'5" guard for this Blackhawk basketball team that's pretty young overall, only rostered 2 seniors this year. Dump that one off. It's going to be Nineheist finishing 1 as she's up to 4 points, chance for 5. Panthers leading 6-0.
Delaney Nineheist has had such a good senior year, and she added on to that remark with a 17-point, 10-rebound performance Thursday night against Milton. Can't make that one, though.
Yeah, can't finish there. Hannah Baldry back the other way. Fort going to look to go in a bit of transition. That probably could have been a carry. Deep 3 is good off the glass. Laura Nawati. Nawatney there. Here's Tracy going to try a 3 of her own. Just a bit strong. Nice scrambles for the rebound. Sam Schmidt will collect the loose ball. She wanted Nineheist. A little bit too much on that pass, and a turnover here for the Panthers. Fort Atkinson with a NBA range triple there.
Sam Schmidt just a little off to start this one. She, like we said before the stream started, or before the game started, I should say, missed 4 games due to that concussion. The floor general here for the Panthers. It's early on still. I know she'll get it going here.
They rule a tip there. Here's Tracy going to try a 3 and put it through.
Just like that great pass there by Schmidt to set the open 3 for the shooter, Clara Tracy.
Panthers may have been bailed out there a little bit. The Fort Atkinson head coach was not pleased with the call on a tipped out of bounds. He thought Sam Schmidt just tossed that one right out of bounds. Here it's going to be Cole. She'll work on Sam Schmidt now. Dump it off to Hannah Baldry, who's going to be the main player for these Blackhawks tonight in the absence of Ashley Riley, the #1 scorer on this team, averaging 11 points, 10 rebounds a game. A turnover there. It'll be over and back for the Blackhawks this time. Saved Fort Atkinson a little bit. Would have been a pretty easy Sam Schmidt quick transition bucket. Instead, the Panthers will have to come up with something instead on the offensive end. Looks like Fort's going to be in a 2-3 here out of the inbounds. Here's going to be Studebaker. She dumps off to Nineheist. Quick ball movement by the Panthers. It's Olivia Nice in a bit of trouble. Dumps off to Studebaker. Works through traffic. Lays it up. No good. Back the other way come the Blackhawks. They push it in transition with Baldry. She'll dump it back off to Claire Kuka. Now back to Baldry. Here's a good look. Good shot from 3 is no good for Audrey Wargalette. Here comes Nice again in transition. Stutter step. Euros inside and has it poked off of her own knee out of bounds. Again, Panthers playing a little sloppy right now. Probably could have had a couple of buckets that they did not come up with. Luckily, this Fort Atkinson team, not the best team here, as that one is just going to be snatched away by Olivia Nice, and then she dribbles it off a defender's foot, and Tracy can't handle the loose ball. That's going to be a travel or a double dribble, something there.
Claire Kukin, perhaps a pass to herself. She actually leads the team in points per game and assists, 12 points per game, 8 assists to her name. She's, with Riley out, probably the #1 scorer here for this Blackhawk team, and she's going to have to put up quite the performance tonight if they want to stick with the Panthers in this one.
Bastian and Schenecker into the game for Nice and Schmidt. Teagan can't handle that pass, and Hannah Baldry comes up with it. Panthers just, not getting the passes right in the shooting pocket at all. They're putting them off the feet of every which player on the court. Here's Wargale again. She'll work to the left, Bianca Martinez. Actually, rather, that's Laura Nowotny. That one's poked away by Studebaker. In transition, she'll cut to the basket for 2 more. 11-3 your score now. Panthers will get up in that full court trap again. Inbounds goes to Cole. She works through a couple defenders. Will flip it ahead right to the hands of Tracy. It's going to be a quick 3-on-1 here for Oregon. The dump off to Bastian, right back to Tracy. Her lay is good. Timeout Fort Atkinson. 13-3 quickly. 3 minutes and 40 seconds in. Panthers already off to a hot start against the Fort Atkinson Blackhawks here on OCA Media.
Tough break for Layla Cole, the freshman guard, for already her 3rd turnover of the game. Just arid passes, and that's what this Panther press will do to you.
Same 5 out of the timeout for Oregon. Same 5 out of the timeout for Fort Atkinson. Actually, Macy Pease is in the game here. Took the place there of Layla Cole. In transition, another pass poked away. This time Fort Atkinson will come up with a loose ball. In trouble, and another travel. Panthers might have caught a bit of a break there. Probably could have been an avoided turnover for the Blackhawks. Bastian will lose the inbound now. Regain the loose ball, and we'll set things up for Oregon again. Fort still in that 2-3 zone. It's Bastian, right wing. She dumps off there, wants Nine Heist now. Does find her top of the key. She'll work back to Bastian. Bastian fakes the pass, finds Studebaker, who's wide open for a midi. Can't come up with it. Nine Heist, the offensive board. 1 dribble, kicks to Studebaker, who works through traffic to left hand, but she is fouled by Audrey Wargale on the way up. Could not connect on the layup, but will shoot 2. Schmidt and Ice will check back in here on the pause and play. Front end first from Studebaker. Will miss. One thing the Panthers, I would say, haven't done all that well, particularly this year, is shoot the free throw. Even Clara Tracy, who is about 90% in her career, missed 2 free throws on back-to-back shots. Last home game out against Fort there, as Studebaker misses on the 2nd attempt as well. Tracy and Nine Heist went back to the bench there for Nice and Schmidt. That one is tipped and stolen away again by Oregon. Nice will push the pace. Here's Schmidt looking for her first points off of the concussion. They come there, and the foul. Number 34 is looking to come back in a big way here for this Lady Panther basketball team that's looking to make a state championship run. It all flows through her and Delaney. Schmidt looking to connect in a 3-point play. It is good. 16-3 now is your score. Fort Atkinson will get it in here. They throw that one over the top, and Studebaker will just pick that one out of the air. Looking like Malcolm Butler. Now she's through the middle and loses out of bounds, but it will go off the thigh there of what looked to be Claire Kukin. Panthers love to go in transition there. But basically all traffic was caught up by the time that Studebaker weaved through. Here's Bastion. She'll dump off to Nice. It goes through her legs. The ball's still loose, and now finally controlled by Macy Pease. Here she comes. Schmidt will just get all over the ball pressure. Dumping off to Bastion. Gets her defender in the air. Schmidt the offensive board, and the second chance no good. That's going to be Panther basketball. Tipped out of bounds by, I believe, Laura Nowotny. Bit of hectic basketball being played right now. Here's Schmidt. Flashes open and badly misses on the triple, but Bastion scrambling for the offensive rebound. Here is Nice. Fake the give and go. Now will just go herself. Stepping through traffic and hits the deck hard off of the block there by Nowotny. Again, Fort Atkinson is in trouble in transition. Pease will dump off there to Wargale, who is going to miss on the post turnaround J. Here is Bastion again at the right wing, looking to set things up. They find Schmidt. Now the dump off to Olivia Nice, who's blocked away in the last possession. Studebaker thought about a three, then traveled before cutting inside. We'll see here again, Layla Cole. Check back in this time for Laura Nowotny. Fort with a 6-woman rotation at the moment. Panthers have seen 7 players come in. Schmidt will trap the ball, and they get it ahead with Cole, but again, she throws it right into the hands of Olivia Nice. Her 4th turnover already. Nice running in transition is fouled, and 2 more free throws coming for Olivia Nice after Layla Cole's 4th turnover in 6 minutes of basketball.
Well, Luke, I can see why Fort Atkinson lost this game against the Panthers by 56 down in Fort Atkinson in early December. Just lazy passes. They just look uninterested, if I'm being honest.
Not much effort being exuded, I would say.
Not much effort, not a lot of attitude. Our coaches in football always told us that we can control 2 things, and that's your effort and attitude. Neither coming from Fort Atkinson so far.
Nice misses. Pease scrambles for the board. Will come up with it. Evie Lavoie checked in there. Took the place of Studebaker. Again, another rough pass from the Blackhawks. Jump stop. Nice dumps it off to Schenecker. Now back to Nice. Libby Nice will lay it up and in and one. 19-3 as the score climbs some more. Emma Norris, the sophomore guard, will check in for Fort Atkinson. She's going to take Layla Cole right back out of the game. Nice looking to convert in the 3-point play. Put the Panthers up by 17 just 6 minutes into the game. Nice will miss the free throw. Schenecker scrambles and collects the O board. Just one of the many things these Lady Panthers do great as Schenecker tosses that one out of bounds. As I was saying, one of the many things they do great, offensive rebounding, second chance points, third chance points, and the like. Ooh, as the ref over there on the right side hits the deck, gets a standing ovation as he gets back up. Took a bit of a slip, got right back to it. Panthers again with some on-ball pressure. Bit less this time. Now here comes the double. They get it through. It's the 3rd pass that usually screws things up, as this time a block from Evie Lavoie and a 3. Panthers another transition opportunity. It's Bastion who will lay it up and in. Constant ball pressure, constant pushing the pace will lead to buckets, and Coach Walmsley's Panthers do it best here as Kuchen breaks the press. But here's Olivia Nice, another steal. Ahead to Bastion, another opportunity in transition. She dumps off to Sam Schmidt, who will just find a cutting Schenecker for the lay.
Fort Atkinson just lazy on defense. They're just standing there, and the Panthers are just working around them.
This time a good disciplined play, but Kuchen will miss. Lavoie comes up with the board. Again, transition for the Panthers. It's Bastion, gets the defender in the air. We'll lay it up and good. 25-3 now.
Brooke Bastion just making it look easy.
Well, when there's no effort on either side of the ball, it is
That's
pretty
true.
easy. Here as Hannah Baldry will come up with it. Dumps off to Kuchen now. Give and go there as they dump off to the left side. Switch to the corner, it's Kuchen. She'll work baseline now. Through past to Baldry, whose 3 will drop through. Complete line change getting set up for Oregon. Here is Schmidt. She dumps off to Nice. Olivia Nice finds In the corner, it's Evie Lavoie. Head fake, but traveled, and here comes a line change for Oregon. We're going to see Laura Schenecker, Summer Shaw, Caitlin Studebaker, Claire Tracy, and Eleni Nineheis.
You don't see Laura Schenecker a lot, especially in the first half.
Well, when it's 25 to
That's
6,
true.
you're gonna
That's
see
true.
a lot
That's
of things
true.
you don't usually
That's true.
see. There, as out of the game when Audrey Wargalay, I believe, in her place there was Laura Nowotny back into this. Here's Baldry, who just made a 3 in the last possession. She goes to Nowotny, a drive by Kuka, and being covered by a couple Panthers, and I think they're going to get Shaw for the foul, perhaps Clara Tracy. Looks as if they got Summer Shaw on the foul. Rather, they did call it on Clara. Kukin will shoot 2 free throws as the front end is no good. Too strong there. We're still above 10 minutes to go in the first half. 25-6 your score. Panthers on pace to score well over 100, which would be a school record, just saying. Here's Tracy. She finds Studebaker in transition. Now they swing back to Claire Tracy. Couple of different on-ball pressure defenders there from Fort Atkinson. It's Nineheis. You also never see her and Summer Shaw playing in the same rotation, but here we are as Shaw will go to the line for 2, gets to the spot, tries to get the finish, but will get the foul instead. So a couple of free throws coming the way of Summer Shaw. It's also Fort's last to give. Panthers played a clean game so far. That was just their first foul on the last way down. Shaw will miss the first one, a bit strong. Here's Layla Cole back into things. She'll take Hannah Baldry out of the game. 19-point Panther lead. We're still early here at Oregon High School as Shaw will miss them both. Studebaker will battle and collect the rebound. Now they dump it off again to Shaw, looking to get another opportunity. She's blocked away that time. Loose ball is controlled now. Here comes Kukin again. She'll slow things down, dump off as Nowotny is gonna miss a bit wild on the triple there. Not afraid to pull one from deep range. Here's Tracy knocking that one through. 2 for 3 for Clara Tracy from beyond the arc so far tonight. That close to a travel there for the Blackhawks. Here is Emma Norris. She wants Kukin, but will instead fire one right out of bounds. Baldry will come back in as Macy Pease will take a seat. Coach Gavigan still going with the 6-woman rotation at the moment. Here's Tracy again, gonna call up a triple. No good that time, and Studebaker will foul on the attempted strip there. Bit of a heat check there for number 14 from Oregon. Gotta see how hot you actually are before you stop shooting every single shot. Here is Hannah Baldry. Double comes. Ooh, Nineheis threw a bit of a shoulder there, but goes uncalled. Kukin and Baldry with it. Work left side, it's Nowotny. Now they find Cole. Cole will pull up and miss that one off the front of the rim. Panthers gonna go again in transition. Here's Tracy. Again with a triple, and that one again just missed, and Studebaker fouled on the putback attempt. Well, Clara 2 for 5 from 3 now, but all 3 of her misses have been really, really good shots, really close shots. Shot selection is there. Those are high percentage looks for her. Here's Studebaker shooting 2. Chance to give the Panthers 30. Front will fall. Cole, you may know this better than me. What is the school record for points in a game for girls here? Do you know?
I do not know.
We might see a challenge for that record as that one just breaks off back iron and falls. And Baldry attempting to come up with that one. Laura Schenecker will come up with a steal. She'll find Studebaker, who dumps off to Nineheis. Nineheis scrambles for it. No jump ball called. Tracy will get to her spot and score.
Great find by Delaney Nineheis.
Yeah.
Just on one knee, just able to find Tracy. Tracy, nice little fake, and able to take it to the rim and finish.
Able to shot create at will. Here's Kukin, dumps off to Baldry. Laura Schenecker again battling for a steal. Tracy comes up with it. Here comes Studebaker in transition. Will the Euro step? No. Nine Heist. The follow will go, though, for Oregon.
Offensive rebounding at will tonight for the Panthers. My goodness.
Not a lot of effort on the other end here as a cutting player there. It's going to be Baldry who misses wildly. Panthers can push the lead to 30 here with a score. It's Shaw who will pull up from the mid-range and miss. Schenecker can't come up with it, but it goes out of bounds there off of, I believe, Emma Norris. Nice and Schmidt in for Laura Schenecker and Summer Shaw.
Well, Luke, the season high for the Panthers, I believe, was against Fort Atkinson with 86. So we'll see. I mean, that has to be close to the school record.
Yeah, I mean, the boys' school
guessing.
record's 102, so I would say the girls' record being
somewhere in the 90s.
Somewhere in the 90s
yep.
for sure. Macy Pease back into the game for them, as well as Audrey Wargale, I believe, and a travel from Nine Heist. Yeah, Wargale and Pease back in. Took the place there, Laura Nawatney and Emma Norris. Here comes Baldry. She dumps off there to Wargale, who finds Cole. Cole now back to Wargale. Panthers in a man defense. Nice hits the floor again, and a left-handed lay is just off by a lot. Now Nice in transition will lay it up, but can't get the finish. But another foul, this time gonna go against Kukin. It's probably like her second or third.
Yeah, she's had a lot.
Fourth personal foul, and there's still 7 to go in the first half. And Nice will shoot 2. Front end, gonna miss. She's been a Panther who in particular has struggled to score from the line.
Yeah.
There's Kukin, who's gonna take a seat. Kyla Rue into the game. Second one will be no good again from Nice, and it'll be Fort basketball off the loose ball. That one was tapped out of bounds by Nine Heist, presumably. Here comes Baldry. Dumps off there to Pease. Now they wanted to find Pease, and Nine Heist apparently traveled. Schenecker and Bastion back in for Tracy and Nine Heist here.
I don't know about that call. Nine Heist was on one foot trying to stay in bounds and
I don't know how
passed
she
it
would have
up.
traveled.
Yeah, that's a confusing one there.
And then out of bounds makes more sense at that point, and that's going to be Fort basketball, tipped out of bounds by Studebaker. Still 6.5 to go in the first half, 34-6 your score. Coming courtesy of 2 different three-pointers. Schenecker did not really see where that one was, and a unfortunate miss there from Audrey Wargale. Here comes Schmidt. She finds Nice, who wanted Schenecker. Ball still loose. Probably should have been Fort basketball. Instead, Schmidt's going to miss a 3, and eventually does fall to Kayla Rue.
Olivia Nice should have just went up with that on her own, Luke.
For sure. Now here it's Wargale. Works past Bastion, but Nice comes up with the steal. They throw that one over the top. Schenecker will cut to the hoop and travel. That one definitely a travel. Nawatney will come on in here for Audrey Wargale. Inbounds here for Ford as the Panthers drop off of pressure. Clock finally goes below 6 minutes remaining in the first half. They dump that one off inside, but Layla Cole could not quite reach it there. Panther basketball now. It's Sam Schmidt. She'll dump it off to Bastion right away. Bastion ahead for Oregon. She dumps off to Schmidt. 2-man game. It's going to be Tegan Schenecker at the baseline. They work back out to Schmidt. That one tipped, but controlled by Oregon. They get to Studebaker, who had a wide open layup. Schenecker fighting for the O board. Here is Studebaker again. This time has it poked away by Kayla Rue, and a turnover for Oregon. Here are the Blackhawks. That's going to be a miss there from Cole, who had a pretty solid look from the baseline. Here comes Studebaker, dumps it off to Nice. Olivia Nice is going to get a pretty free look there. Misses, gets her own board. Finds Bastion, one head fake, working right. Stops at the free throw line. Nice misses the lay. The follow is no good. Rebound poked for. Nice comes up with it. Finds Bastion. Now back to Nice. Livy Nice, one head fake. Works inside, steps through with the left hand.
There she
there
goes.
Her 5th field goal attempt of the possession is going to go.
Last 2 home games for Olivia Nice, there's been a lid on that basket.
She's still scoring.
Still
plenty,
scoring
like,
a lot, yeah.
So many field goals for her in the last couple. Kayla Rue dumps that one off. Cole finishes high off the glass. Here is Nice in transition. We'll lay that one up with the right. It's Studebaker off the dish from Nice. Panthers staying steady at that 30-point lead. That was a travel, but uncalled here as Baldry will work inside. There's going to be another travel. Kennedy Eslick, Lucy Carlson going to check in here for Oregon. Olivia Nice will take a seat along with Studebaker. Emma Norris in there for Kayla Rue. Here is Schmidt. She finds Bastion. Now back to Schmidt. Dump off to Schenecker. Schenecker has it stripped and does lose it. Macy Pease comes up with the loose ball. Gets it ahead to Layla Cole. Cole not had her best night so far. In trouble there is Norris. Will find help in the form of Laura Nowotny. Nowotny will go to Baldry. Now they hand it back off to Norris. Want a baseline there. Nowotny, ball still loose, found by Cole. 3 there is no good from Baldry, and a jump ball there will stay with Fort Atkinson. Eslick could not find anybody there. Awkward position to be in. Inbound that one there. It's going to be Nowotny to inbounds on a cutting. Baldry misses the lay. Eslick the rebound. Gives it ahead to Sam Schmidt. Schmidt finds Carlson. Lucy Carlson steps into a triple. Misses. Eslick comes up with the board. Puts it back up herself. Schenecker skies for a 3rd chance and a score. 40-8. Carlson will come up with the steal there. Transition opportunity. It's Schmidt who will go to the hoop this time and misses. Schenecker again gets 2nd chance and again capitalizes on it for another score.
Tegan Schenecker, coming off probably her best game as a Panther, 16 points in the win over Milton Thursday night. She's starting to turn up, Luke.
Probably got around 10 right now at least.
Yeah.
Schmidt probably could have had another steal there. Doesn't really overcommit for the basketball on that play as Bastion pokes it away. Schenecker ahead to Schmidt. Can she chase it down? Yes, but saves it. Somehow Bastion comes up with it. She'll work inside. They wanted Schenecker. Ball still loose and controlled by Norris. Panthers bring some pressure now. Here is Baldry. She works through a couple different players, dumps it off to Pease. Macy Pease finds Emma Norris, who works right. Jump stop, dumps off to Nowotny. They work back to Pease now. She'll pull up from the mid-range and miss. Eslick comes up with the rebound and a foul, I think. Rather, timeout Oregon. 42-8. Panthers lead by 34. Still 2:10 to go in the first half. Out of the timeout. Carlson will inbound to Bastion. Evie Lavoie, Summer Shaw came in. Schmidt and Studebaker went to the bench. Here's Carlson. Bastion, the only, I say, Schenecker and Schmidt came out of the game. Here is Shaw. She swings to Carlson. Carlson, her three is good. Lucy Carlson puts through the triple, and the Panther bench erupts. It's also told Reese McCabe is probably not going to play tonight, which is why we haven't seen her yet. Had 6 soccer games last weekend.
Oh, my goodness.
In a tournament in Orlando, and was rather sluggish at practice, I was told, and is going to sit this one out for rest reasons as Eslick puts through the score. Maybe her first varsity points. I know for sure Laura Schenecker is still awaiting her first varsity points, but that could have been Eslick's very well. Carlson has points already. So does Evie Lavoie, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And Summershaw definitely does. So I think we're just waiting on Laura Schenecker maybe at this point, and then every single Panther on this team will have scored a varsity basket. Here's a drive from Emma Norris. She dumps off, and Borgalay travels before her shot. 58-5 to go. Panthers up 47-8. This game's on pace to finish 94-16 at the current rate, which may or may not be a school record. I don't know. Bastion finds Lavoie. They dump off to Shaw. They want to work it inside to Eslick. Instead, they go back outside to Bastion. Dump off to Shaw. Corner three, Lavoie. No good. Bastion just does really good at just scrambling for offensive boards. Carlson has that high arcing triple, no good. Again, the Panthers with Lavoie this time. Really no real effort from Fort Atkinson to deny the Panthers offensive boards. And Shaw will cut to the hoop and be fouled.
Some great ball movement by some of the Panthers that we usually don't see.
It's always great to get end of the bench players some more play time, whether it be in blowouts or VR. These are all, except for Bastion, who of course does play plenty of basketball, started 4 or 5 games for this team so far this year. Another one of the valuable senior. It's of course great to get Lavoie, Eslick, Shaw, and Carlson, who could be integral players to this team for the next year or two after this year, as well as Laura Schenecker, Reese McCabe, of course, who is probably the first woman off the bench besides Schenecker and Bastion. I would say the first of the more end of the bench crew, and her and Lavoie, it's great to get them minutes. Unfortunately, McCabe, as we said, not going to get any in this game, but it's always good to see her playing valuable basketball. There is a missed three. Shaw fighting for the rebound, and a jump ball will stay with Oregon as Emma Norris was looking to rip that one away. 9.5 to go. Panthers up 48-8. 8 seconds for the Panthers to create. Bastion fakes the three. Here's Shaw. Dump off to Eslick, who gets a wide open left-handed lay. That's how you finish the half right there.
On pace for 100.
Panther basket gets them up to 50, and that's what we'll finish at before the half. It is 50-8, and we go to break. Hello and welcome back in here to half number 2 at Oregon High School. As we again would like to thank our sponsors who help make this OCA Media exclusive broadcast possible with their generous support. The Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play. The Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panthers sports. Your membership dues directly support our student athletes. Consider becoming a booster today. And the Oregon Area Cares Community Coalition, parenting teens is hard. We're here to help. OregonAreaCares.org. By Culvers of Oregon, Stoughton Health, and your local pizza pit. We'd like to welcome Wishco Industries to our family of sponsors, a proud supporter of Panther sports, celebrating our 75th anniversary in 2024. Taurus Insurance is again our scoreboard sponsor this year, specializing in personal, business, and life insurance, locally owned since 1978. Well, we welcome you back in here at Oregon High School. 50-8 is your score at halftime. Panthers on pace to, I positively can tell you, 100 would be a school record for the Lady Panthers. Right now, all me and Cole could come up with is the 2019-20 state attendee Panthers that I think would have won it if the tournament didn't get canceled. But that team scored 89 against the Fort Atkinson Blackhawks, which is the highest score we can find right now. Combing through the records.
Yeah, there's not a lot I can find. Funny enough, I just saw a score from 07 and 08 where the Panthers, once again, against the Fort Atkinson Blackhawks, put up another 80 points. So Panthers historically score a lot against the Fort Atkinson Blackhawks, I guess.
And we will see if the second half is more of that. We'll see what the rotation looks like here in half number 2 regarding starters versus end of the bench. I mean, you can't sit the starters the entire half because you got to have it like at least some play time from them. But I would expect no more than 6 minutes for any one of them in the second half. I'd be kind of surprised. But then again, the end of the bench could get a little tired again without Reese McCabe tonight. Something like 6 or 7 of them who aren't like playing heavy minutes. So we'll see how Coach Romsey does it. We'll start out with the starting 5 for this Panther team. Pep band now over with here as we're ready for half number 2 with Claire Kukin, who is sitting on 4 fouls. One more will end her night. Same 5 for both sides as we saw to start the game. And bounding it right away with Baldry, who will start with it. She'll dump off to Kukin. Now they'll find Layla Cole, whose 3 is wide. Studebaker will come up with it in transition for Oregon. They go corner 3 with Tracy. She collects, dumps off inside to Nineheis instead. Now Schmidt tries a 3 of her own, misses that one. Nice, the offensive board will somehow find Tracy, who will cash the 3. 3 for 6 for her now from beyond the arc. 11 points for Clara Tracy so far. And the second half starts the same way the first half did, basically with a 3 from Oregon there, and a 3 is no good for Fort Atkinson. Nowotny missed. Studebaker will facilitate in transition again. Tracy gonna try another 3, this time no good. Offensive board for Nice, in trouble. She finds Tracy. Dumps off to Nineheis, who will work through traffic and miss the right-handed lay. Nice scrambles for the offensive board this time. It's Schmidt. Schmidt in a bit of trouble will kick to Tracy. Tracy again with a 3 is good. Clara Tracy, her best 3-point performance of the year, 4 for 8.
And she needed it. She's been struggling all year, but over the last couple of games that we've seen her finally starting to hit some.
Willing to Bet leads the way right now for Oregon in scoring with 14. Schmidt will tip that one, but Layla Cole comes up with it. Here's a 3 for Baldry, no good. Nice will collect the rebound for Oregon. Here comes Nice, is blocked away by Baldry. Loose ball will be controlled by Wargale. Worth noting tonight again, Ashley Riley, the best player for these Fort Atkinson Blackhawks, a junior center for this team, averaging 11 and 10 a game, is not playing tonight due to undisclosed reasons. Nineheis will tip that one in transition. She'll go to the hoop for 2, and the lead is 50. It is 58-8. An absolute demolition of the Fort Atkinson Blackhawks so far tonight.
And you know the Panthers are chasing that school record. We don't know what it is. We have a good guess of what it could be, and
At least
I mean,
a range.
at least a range.
Nice gonna scramble for a loose ball. Nice was touching the ball out of bounds, so will stay Fort Atkinson basketball. Macy Pease into the game for Lorna Watney now. Kukin will inbound for Fort Atkinson. Get it into Baldry. It's going to go off of Olivia Nice's leg out of bounds. So under the basket this time. Baseline out of bounds. They go with a stack look. Layla Cole inbound for Fort Atkinson. They get it into Kukin, but don't actually get it into whereas Olivia Nice tips it out of bounds. So third straight inbounds as it finally does get into Baldry. Baldry working right. We'll try another three. High off the glass, no good. Studebaker, the offense, or so let's say the rebound dumps off to Tracy. Tracy, her three, no good. Too short. Rebound contested. Tracy goes to the ground for it, but Baldry somehow finds a way to corral it. Here's Baldry working right. Cuts through traffic. Ooh, that looked rather clean.
Might have sold it a little bit.
Baldry gonna shoot two. By far has the most attempts tonight for Fort Atkinson. Really has been everything for this offense tonight. Running every play through her, every pass through her, every time they bring it up, it's through her. Does make the first. Cuts the lead to 49. Makes them both. Hannah Baldry, the sophomore guard for Fort Atkinson. Here's Tracy. She wants Nice. The ball's loose again in the paint, and again, Wargalay this time will corral for Fort Atkinson. Bounce pass there from Pease to Baldry. Baldry will find Kukin in the corner. She goes baseline and is fouled by Sam Schmidt before the shot. Inbounds there, nice battles for it, but Kukin comes up with it. She goes off the knee of Schmidt, gets her own rebound, or I should say, gets her own loose ball, and finally Panthers do really get a hold of it there. Schmidt wanted Nice, went off of Nine Ice. She gets the loose ball and scores. Here is Baldry. She'll dump off to Kukin. Again, Kukin sitting on 4 fouls. There finds a good look, and Audrey Wargalay puts it through. Here is Tracy in the corner. Jab step finds Nine Heist. Nine Heist draws a couple different defenders. Now Schmidt works inside, forced back out by Cole. Now here is Nice. Nice, couple different head fakes will get to her spot and travel. Laura Schenecker, Tegan Schenecker, Brooke Bastian in. Tracy will take a seat with 14 points. Nice and Nine Heist as well. 47-point Panther lead, 13:47 to go. Panthers still chasing what could be a school record sort of night. Here is Pease. She works on Bastian. Now they dump it off to Wargalette. Wargalette forces back out to Baldry. And that's an errant pass out of bounds. Cole could not come up with it. Bit of a miscommunication there from Baldry and Cole.
It's been like that all night.
Not a lot of attentiveness to the basketball. Here is Schmidt. Doesn't really want to take a three. Finds Schenecker. Schenecker works back out to Bastian. One head fake. Fort still in the zone. Schmidt will work. Step out, find Bastian. Bastian draws defense there. Now they go to Schmidt. They want to work it to Studebaker. Now they do go entry to her. Has it poked away, and Cole the steal. Layla Cole in transition, dumps off to Baldry. Her three is good. Sam Schmidt ahead, finds Schenecker. Steps through contact and scores. Tough bucket there from Tegan Schenecker. Transition, it's Wargalette. Will pull up from the mid-range, and I think she probably got blocked. Schmidt in transition. Ooh, nifty find of Bastian, who can't get the score. Ball is loose, and it'll go out of bounds off Studebaker. Pease inbounds that one to Baldry. And Baldry will bring it up here. She dumps off to Kukin, who travels. 46-point Panther lead. 62-16. Fort Atkinson has matched their first half total in 6 minutes, Cole.
Good for them.
Schmidt finds Schenecker in the corner. Now back to Schmidt. Dumps off to Studebaker.
Good
Inside
find.
to Schenecker, two more. Tegan Schenecker really has, like you said, Cole, come alive the last couple weeks.
Once again, Fort Atkinson's defense just showing no attentiveness, just standing still.
Baldry in a bit of trouble, dumps off to Audrey Wargalette. Wargalette works on Schenecker. Dumps off as Kukin can't finish. Got too far into the hoop. Now Studebaker in transition. Will go all the way to the basket. Finds Schenecker, kicks to Sam Schmidt. High arcing triple is gonna fall. Timeout, Fort Atkinson. Coach Mark Gavigan calls timeout as Tracy Shaw. Nice check in. Looked like Emma Norris was headed to the scorer's table as well for the Blackhawks. Back to basketball at Oregon High School. Kukin will inbound to Baldry. Baldry will bring it ahead here for the Blackhawks. Just gonna pull up from three off the glass and in. It's like the 4-3 Fort Atkinson is banked in there.
Yeah. Cut the lead, the 48.
Here is Nice, who will just really get no pressure, and then his jump ball is the call. Will stay with Oregon either way. Rather interesting. Get it right to Tracy, who's going to shoot a three and miss. Nice the board, the putback, and the finish. $11 to go in this one. Drive from Baldry, she kicks to Cole. Cole works right. Bastian pokes it. Cole works, loses, and regains, and Bastian kicks that one off of Cole out of bounds.
Cole kind of just gave up on the play. Don't really know what that was. I don't know if she thought that it was off Bastian, but it was off her, and that is now her 5th turnover of the night.
Panthers, it's going to be Schenecker. Tries a corner three, book it! Tegan Schenecker is got to be now close to 20.
Got to be close. She's
Having
been
another
on fire
amazing
tonight.
night. Again, potentially her best night as a Panther as Bastian pokes that out of bounds. They'll rule it off of her as Nienhuis back in for Schenecker. 72-19 your score. Panthers lead again by 53. Cole will inbound. Bastian pokes it away and comes up with a steal. Another potential transition score for the Panthers. Bastion dumps off to Nice, who can't find the finish. Does come up with the offensive board. Jumps to Tracy. Her
Good
triple
find.
is in and out. And Kook in the board. Schmidt and Studebaker checking back in for Oregon. So Coach Walmsley not yet taking his starters out of the rotation. Here is Baldry. She finds Norris. Inside, that's just going to go out of bounds. They wanted Kuka and they couldn't find her. Schmidt and Studebaker in.
I mean,
Bastion and Shaw.
Luke, you got to figure that since the starters are still in,
They're going for a record.
They're going for the record, exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth.
No other reason to keep them in. They're up 63. They're 53 at this point. It's Tracy. Finds Nice. Olivia.
Take it.
No pressure on the ball. Studebaker the board. It's Tracy. Corner three. No good.
Claire Tracy's made 4 threes tonight. I don't know why Fort Atkinson thinks it's a good idea to leave her open in the corner every single possession.
Ooh, and that one goes off the kidneys of Nineheis in transition with Baldry, who misses wildly, and I think that'll stay with the Blackhawks of Fort Atkinson. Wargalette back in the game for Pease. Wargalette will impound, and Tracy pokes that to Schmidt. Everyone thought it was going to go out of bounds. Transition opportunity. Schmidt throws it right into the hands of Baldry. Now they find Cole, whose three is short. Nineheis fights for the board. Kukin flies through and sends it the other way out of bounds.
By rule, the remainder of the game will be played with a running clock.
Well, here we are running clock at this point. I didn't know what the number was for running clock.
I thought it was a little less than 50.
Well, I think it's 10 minutes to go in
10
the
minutes
game.
to, that would make,
enact it.
That'd make more sense.
As Nice is going to be rejected. So the clock will run now, so 8 minutes and 43 seconds will remain in the game. Here's Tracy, wide open, corner three, can't connect. And was 4 for 8, deflating that percentage now, but an offensive board and finish for Nineheis. Claire, I think 4 for 11 now from three. But
I think you're right.
deflating that percentage a little bit. Panthers going to struggle now maybe to find that school record with the running clock, but we'll see what they can do in that department. Only needing probably around 20 points to get there. Nice with her hands up and a miss, but Nineheis can't come up with the board. Blocks it away anyway. So can't get the rebound, just block it instead. Here is Schmidt. She works inside, loses and regains, cannot score, and a rebound for Kukin. Up ahead as Baldry will get a free run to the hoop and miss the layup. Olivia Nice the rebound, and Baldry really giving up on things now. As Nice fakes inside.
Great play
for two.
by Olivia Nice.
Olivia Nice, a great shifty post forward for these Panthers, has another bright year ahead after this one. 76-19 the score as Fort Atkinson will empty the bench now. That one thrown by Wargalette. She finds Baldry. Baldry works left with it. Finds Kukin, who works through. Nice offensive foul. That'll end Kukin's night. It was going to be done either way, but Kukin will take a seat. Couple line changes.
Claire Kukin leads this Fort Atkinson team in points per game and assists, averaging 12 and 8, and held scoreless tonight.
So in for Oregon, it's Bastion, Schenecker, Lavoie, Shaw, and the other Schenecker. In for Fort Atkinson is Macy Pease, Vianica Martinez, Callie Butts. Looks to be as well Kaylee Rue. Schenecker to the hole, can't finish. Fights for the board. Lavoie goes to the corner forward. It'll go to Fort Atkinson. Laura Nowotny also in.
Well, with the running clock about to tick down under 6 minutes, it's going to be tough
I don't think they're going to be able
I don't think they're going to be able to break the school record.
Nowotny misses. Lavoie the board.
Let's see if they can break 86. That's what they scored against Fort last time, a couple months back.
They get above 89. That's a record for games on Wii Sports. That's a record for games since like 2010.
Yep.
They don't do stats before that, at least stats that I can access on my phone. They're probably in some old dusty book in Mr. Blinder's office from before then. Schenecker and Shaw defend. Here is Nowotny. Going to pull up for three, and no good. Probably could have been a moving screen against Kaylee Ray there, as Bastian will wall up and let the ball go out of bounds. Eslick and Carlson in. Shaw and Bastian take a seat. So it's going to be Schenecker, or I say it should be Tegan Schenecker and the 4 off the end for Oregon here. Let's see if Laura can get her first career points in the last 5 minutes of this one.
Need it.
Here's her sister Tegan, who, careful not to get it in the backcourt. Lucy Carlson chases it down. Here is Laura Schenecker, dumps it off to Eslick. Eslick, ball fake, in some trouble. Will travel probably, I believe. 3 seconds, I think they called. Believe he called 3 seconds. 4:38 to go in this one. Panther lead is now up to 57. Drive there. Now here is Ray. Ray will find Nowotny. Nowotny inside with it. Eslick walling up to the corner. Drive and kick. Fort with a couple different players now scrambling for the basketball. Here is Norris. She gets a screen and throws it out of bounds. Miscommunication there. Summer Shaw in here for Evie Lavoie, or actually Tegan Schenecker. These 5 Panthers, 2 of them juniors, or as I say, I think 3 of them juniors, 2 sophomores. So some of the future for Oregon here is Laura Schenecker hits the deck end. Jump ball. Part of the future, of course, only 6 seniors. Will have Tracy and Nice next year. Tegan Schenecker, Reese McCabe, and we'll see from JV. Don't know who's on that team personally. A lot of freshmen. Ray will dump that one off, and they'll go out of bounds to Oregon. Schenecker creating the pressure. I don't think they're going to hit 80.
We'll see. It's going to be close.
See if they can get above 80 here in the last 3 minutes of running clock.
Beat them by 56 last time, leading by 57 now.
Schenecker to Carlson. Carlson with 3 tonight, I believe. 3 or 6 for Lucy. That's out of bounds.
I believe it's 3 for Carlson.
That high arcing triple. 2:45 to go in this one. Norris with it. Dumps off to Nowotny. Laura Schenecker comes to pressure the basketball. Vianica Martinez will swing to Kaylee Rue. And lots of pressure. That's going to be out of bounds. Norris can't save it. 2:20 to go. 76-19 your score. Last 2 minutes of formality at this point. Laura Schenecker finds Shaw. Now back to Lavoie. See if the Panthers can get a couple more on the Torhorse scoreboard before we wrap things up. Here's Laura Schenecker. Finds Carlson. They tried to dump it off to Schenecker, who
that could have been it.
Free look at the basket. Bit too high for her. Nowotny ahead. Will dump off to Norris. That one stripped away. Lavoie will go and score. 2 more for Evie Lavoie. 78-19 your score.
Let's win by 60, Luke. I want a 60 bomb.
Timeout for the sub. Going to get Wargalette back into the game.
Well, we talked about the Panthers chasing most points scored in one game, but I wonder what the largest margin of victory is. Because 56 has to be close. That was.
And this is probably going to be more at this point.
Yeah.
That could have easily been a steal for the Panthers. Now here's Nowotny. She finds Wargalette. Wargalette, probably one of Fort's leading scorers tonight. Dumps that one off. Lavoie will battle and foul. 1:07. Clock will tick off the last 60 ticks in this one, and we will call it a night. Foul on Oregon, this time shooting. Gonna get it on Eslick, and I think the game probably will end with these free throws or with the very next possession.
Yeah.
Norris shooting two. Yeah, shooting two. Front end good. $20 to go. Norris converts on them both. So, 67 points right now. 57, sorry. Laura Schenecker walks into a three.
Oh.
Just misses. And that is where we will wrap things up. Panthers win by 57 at home. Largest margin of victory since at least 2008.
And with that, the Panthers have outscored the Blackhawks 164 to 51 this year.
That's a rather large margin, Cole. Rather
Indeed.
large. Well, before we again wrap another exclusive live stream of Panther Sports up on OCA Media, we'd like to give one last shout out to our sponsors. The Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play. The Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support our student athletes. Consider becoming a booster today. Oregon Area Cares Community Coalition. Parenting teens is hard. We're here to help. OregonAreaCares.org. By Culver's of Oregon, Stoughton Health, and your local pizza pit. We'd like to welcome Wisco Industries as well to our family of sponsors, a proud supporter of Panther sports, celebrating our 75th anniversary in 2024. Well, again, thank you guys for watching. We'll be back tomorrow night. As early as tomorrow night, the boys are going to play a makeup game against the Edgewood Crusaders, which is kind of a get-back moment for Oregon. Of course, dropped two. They probably should have won against Edgewood last year, which kind of lost them the conference. Really good chance for Oregon this year to get one back against an Edgewood team who basically lost everyone. But for Cole Krueger and Miles Talon, and I have been Luke Marx. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night.